Hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? 5 watchers already. Nice. Hello, Jess Gibb. How are you? Hope you're doing well. How are you doing on this late Sunday night? Good. Good to hear, Jess. Good to hear. Hope you're having a good holiday season. I will be right back in just 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hey, Mason. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, goodness, I had to go get me a drink. Let's see. Mason's Mind. What's up, Mason's Mind? What's up, DJ Donley? What's up, Josh? King Thanos. King Thanos, wait, what's going on? I had to go get me a drink, man. I had to go get me a drink. I don't know if I want Corona Extra or Heineken, so I grabbed one of each. Figured I'd be hanging out for a little while with you guys, so why not get one of each, huh? So what's everybody doing on this this late Sunday evening, late Sunday night? We're just about in a Monday morning, as a matter of fact, at least here on the East Coast. Looks like we've got 10 people watching now. Hello. How's everybody doing? Has everybody been out to see The Last Jedi yet? I have not. I am hopefully going to go maybe tomorrow to a very early matinee. Maybe Tuesday to a very early matinee. But yeah, I like to drink a beer occasionally. I have a little sip every now and again, DJ. It's almost 5 a.m. over there. Okay. You are up late. Liam Evans, I was watching the Wolfman remake. Okay, cool. I wish that movie was a lot better than it is. I had high expectations for that movie, and I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be a lot better than it was, put it that way. If you have seen The Last Jedi, please, no spoilers. This is Dank, Grim. This is Dank. Love the Jason mask on the tree. Yeah, of course I had to put a Jason mask on top of my tree, man. Of course. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn on the Wolfman remake. I wanted it to be a lot better than what it is. Great cast, great director, Rick Baker doing the effects. It just, I don't know. It just didn't turn out that hot for me. Did you watch Clash of Champions? Not too bad. Oh, was that the pay-per-view tonight? I've not watched wrestling in months, Brian. I've totally lost track of wrestling these days. Did I see Dracula Untold? Yes, I saw Dracula Untold when it first came out in theaters. Have you seen the movie To All a Good Night? It was on Comet here. I was watching it this morning. Is that the To All a Good Night? Is that the one directed by David Hess? Like the 80s slasher movie? Because if that is it, I have seen it. I did a review of it. I think it was last year for my Holiday Horrors series. Thoughts on Shelley added to Friday the 13th the game? I wonder why it took him so long to add him, to be honest. You know, I've not played Friday the 13th the game in a long time. I've really not missed it. The game got really repetitive and dull and boring to me, and I don't know. It's going to take a lot to get me back to that game. I am interested. I know they're doing that update tomorrow with the new virtual cabin and the offline bots. I may actually jump on and see, check out the cabin and see what see about the offline bots. Happy as our longtime listener, first-time caller. What are your thoughts on the new Day of the Dead Bloodline trailer? J Brute 54. I've not seen it yet, so let's Let's go check it out right now. As a matter of fact, I'll give you guys my live reaction to the Day of the Dead. Let's see, what's it called again? I don't even know what it's called. Bloodline. Day of the Dead Bloodline. Alright, alright, here we go. Alright, this is the Red Band trailer, so let's check it out. Oh my god, I gotta sit through a 30-second ad to watch this trailer. Ugh. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Liam Evans, you're not out. I am pretty much too. Stephen LaPierre. I miss Freaky Jason. I miss Freaky Jason too, man. I've just not been motivated to play Friday the 13th the game. Here we go. Trailer starting up. Red Band trailer number 1. Day of the Dead Bloodline. Is that running zombies I see? Is this a sequel or a remake? It might be okay. Day of the Dead Bloodline, it might be okay. It definitely looked a lot better than the Day of the Dead remake. I'll tell you that. It looked a lot better than the Day of the Dead sequels that we got, or Day of the Dead, was it Contagion or whatever? It might be okay. It might be okay. Overall, how was the new TV? New TV's great, man. 4K, Samsung, curved screen. It's pretty nice. It is pretty nice. Rambo Raff, what's up, man? How you doing? They just called it some kind of quote-unquote remake. The new Day of the Dead. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. It looked very... Bub is definitely up in there. You've got the military presence up in there. Very unhappy military presence. Hey, you know, it might be good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Rambo's still recovering from The Last Jedi. I've not seen it yet. I'm probably either tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to try and sneak out for an early matinee and check it out. So you're pretty mad about that. Okay. I have really tried to, avoid, any kind of spoilers, but, it's difficult to do that. Even really minor spoilers that aren't supposed to be kind of spoilers. I don't know, like I see like all these, these like clickbaity websites, with like thumbnails saying, with like thumbnails and like, that are a little spoilerish without saying anything. I don't know. I'm like, I've got to go see this thing. I've got to hurry up and go see this thing because, it's going to be spoiled for me. So I'm going to run out probably tomorrow or the next day and try and catch an early matinee. But I've heard kind of mixed things about it, even from like really hardcore Star Wars fans, kind of like, ooh, I don't know, like Star Wars fans saying, I don't know how to feel about this movie. So I don't know, something, I don't know. I'm interested to check it out. Hopefully either tomorrow or the next day. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Clickbaity websites, clickbaity social media posts. Yeah. So trying to avoid all that. How's everybody doing tonight? Have we seen any good movies lately? Other than The Last Jedi? Any holiday horror movies or just holiday movies in general? I just watched Happy Death Day recently, and I enjoyed it. I think I felt about the same way you did about it, Rambo. I liked it. I don't know if it's a movie that I would want to, buy on Blu-ray and, watch. I could watch it again probably, but I don't know if I'd want to own it on Blu-ray. I did like the movie though. I'll put a review up sometime this week. So Disney's Coco. Okay. I hear good things about that. Did you like the remake Nightmare on Elm Street? No. Although I think probably by remake standards, there were things that I liked about it. I wish they would have gone deeper with, I liked the idea that, maybe Freddy really did abuse them, or maybe they just made it up, like they didn't remember which one when they were, teenagers. But it seems like they explored that for all of about 2 minutes in the movie. And then it was like, no, yeah, he really abused us and he's an evil bad guy. So it would have been more interesting if they explored that a little bit more. Yeah, the actress, Jessica, what's her name? Jessica Roth or Roth or something like that. Yeah, she did an excellent job in the movie. Really liked her in Happy Death Day. She did a great job. Great job. Saw the collection for the first time. Yeah, well, let's see. I liked the collector better than I liked the collection. But I don't really remember that much about the collection. But I remember liking the collector. Have you ever read the origin story for Bub the Zombie? It was a mini comic released in the first Arrow Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure I did because I've got that Arrow Blu-ray, but I don't remember anything about it specifically off the top of my head. Well, actually, The Collection is the sequel to The Collector, DJ. The Collector was the first movie, then The Collection was the sequel. I think I like the Collector better. But I recall both of them being, good. It's been a while since I've seen either one. Robert Englund should have played Freddy in the remake. I understand why they would want to kind of, start from scratch, and I'm sure their intentions were to, it was a remake, but it was also a reboot, and they were thinking at this point they'd be into, probably the 5th or 6th new Nightmare on Elm Street movie at this point with Jackie Earle Haley, but yeah, it didn't quite turn out that way. How was Coco, Jess? I hear good things about it. Also, if you guys haven't heard, this Thursday, the 21st, we are doing back-to-back live commentaries for Beverly Hills Cop 1 and Beverly Hills Cop 2 to help raise some money for Orc over on the Sausage Factory. So this Thursday, mark your calendars, live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Back-to-back live commentaries for Beverly Hills Cop and Beverly Hills Cop 2. And we're asking you guys to donate to Orc. It's been a rough year for Orc, and we want to help 2017 go out on a bright note for him and get 2018 started off on the right foot. So if you guys can make it, please consider donating. That would be great. All donators will get a special thank you shout out live during the show, and they will be entered to win an NES retro style Jason hockey mask, hand painted by me, as well as I've got some UV codes I'm going to give away to donators also, and I may even offer up a couple of shirts from my TeePublic store for donators. So this Thursday live on the Sausage Factory. It was amazing. Coco. Okay, cool. Stephen LaPierre, thoughts on the Mangler? I love the Mangler, man. I did a review of it a couple of months ago. Go check out that video. I love that movie. You like Home Alone 1 and 2? Of course. Of course I like Home Alone 1 and 2. Classics. Let me see. I've actually got... Hold on just one second, guys. I've actually got the mask. The NES Jason mask that I'm giving away during that Sausage Factory right over here. It's I just finished it tonight. Put the purple sunglass lenses in it. Let me grab it real quick. Hold on, guys. All right, here we go. Here it is. This is the retro NES Jason mask that you guys, if you donate to the Orc Dankathon Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 live commentaries. You could win this NES Jason mask, hand painted by yours truly. Just put the purple sunglass lenses in there. So I just got to put the straps on it, and it will be ready to go. All donators will be entered to win this mask during the Dankathon live this Thursday, December 21st. Daniel Rhino, what's up, man? How are you? I am doing very, very well. Very, very well. Have I seen Orozco the Embalmer Extreme Horror? No. Have not seen that movie. Have not heard of that movie. Have you seen Almost Human from 2013 yet? No. Actually, that movie was in my... It was in my Netflix queue for a long time, and then I canceled my Netflix. So no, I never got around to watching Almost Human, but it was in my Netflix queue or my list or whatever they changed it to. So it was on my list, and then I canceled my Netflix. Yes, the Dankathon, Grim. The Dankathon this Thursday live on the Sausage Factory YouTube channel. Go raise some money for our buddy Orc. And all donators could win, again, this awesome NES Retro Style Jason mask or some UV codes. I've got UV codes for 976 Evil. I've got UV codes for the Scrooged Blu-ray. That I'll be giving away also to donators, and probably offer up a couple of shirts out of my TeePublic store as well. So, yeah. Let's pop open the Corona Extra now. And to answer your question, I forget who asked me about drinking beer. I do like to have a beer every now and again, but this beer bottle actually has dust on it, so that should tell you that... It's, yeah, it's been around for a while. So no, not a big drinker here, but, you know, do like to throw one back every now and again. So wipe the dust off of this thing. The Strangers 2 is coming out soon. That's right. And wasn't there a trailer for The Strangers 2? You guys might get 2 live trailer reactions right here. Let's see if The Strangers... I'm pretty sure that trailer came out. I think so. Okay, let's check it. Okay, here we go. The Strangers 2 official trailer. Here we go. Nice use of the Debbie Gibson song. Pray at Night is the subtitle of the new Strangers movie. Okay. Don't know about that trailer. I mean, I liked the first Strangers movie. I'll probably check this one out. Is this one coming theatrically, or is it getting like I don't know. WB Archive Collection has an uncut release of the Mangler. Really? I didn't know that. Grimace, you're on your 15th or 16th beer now? Okay. You're way ahead of me then, bro. Way ahead of me. Did you guys see that Warner Archive is releasing a Blu-ray of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3? I think that's pretty cool. I kind of wish it was somebody else releasing it though, because Warner Archive isn't known for, you know, new transfers for old movies or, you know, lots of extras. But, you know, it's cool. Chainsaw 3 is getting a Blu-ray. I just kind of wish it was being released by somebody else. But, you know, Warner Archive may surprise me. Maybe there'll be some new extras on there. Maybe there'll be a nice new transfer. I've always thought Chainsaw 3 was a nice looking horror movie. So, yeah. The First Strangers just wasn't for you, Rambo. I saw the movie in the theater, and I recall liking it, but I don't think I've seen the movie since in its entirety, or felt the desire to see the movie in its entirety since watching it in the theater. Now, I've seen bits and pieces of it on TV, but yeah, I've never felt the desire to go back and, you know, watch that movie in its entirety. So, I mean, whatever that tells you. Yeah, the guy in summer school who was a big fan of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. His name was Chainsaw. Yep. I love that movie, Summer School, by the way. Great movie. Now that movie deserves a nice Blu-ray release. Definitely. Absolutely. Oh, Felix, any thoughts on the new Friday the 13th box set coming out? I think it's good that the first 8 Friday movies are finally coming out on Blu-ray. It's a affordable set for everybody who did not get the 10 Blu-ray set that has all of the Friday movies in it. Which at this point, that thing is long out of print, and it goes for an ungodly sum of money on, you know, eBay and Amazon Marketplace and places like that. You know, you get the first 8 Friday movies, the Paramount Friday movies on Blu-ray. I don't think there are any new extras. The transfers will probably just be, you know, more or less upscales from the DVD releases. But it's all 8 movies in one set, or all 8 Paramount movies in one set. The cover art and stuff is pretty garbage, but, I do believe I read that each movie was going to have its own disc. So no double, you know, no 2 movies to one disc. At least every movie will have its own disc. And it is, of course, again, all 8 of the Paramount movies together on Blu-ray in one set. And I think it's like $31, $35, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, what did you think of the Tom Cruise film, The Mummy? I've not seen it yet. I'm actually, I kind of want to see that movie, to be honest with you, because that movie destroyed an entire universe. I'm interested. I've been interested to see that movie for a while, just to kind of see how bad it is, for lack of a better word. But it destroyed the entire, you know what I mean, Universal Monsters universe. That movie failing destroyed the entire Universal Monster universe. So, I mean, I think it's worth checking out on those 2 merits alone. So, just finished The Babysitter. I liked it. A good horror comedy directed by McG, DMG 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I saw The Babysitter. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was kind of meh for me, but I liked it more than I disliked it, put it that way. I ordered Cut and Run on Blu-ray from Code Red. Can't wait to see the true uncut transfer. Okay, cool. Code Red does do a pretty good job. You know, the guy who runs Code Red is kind of a maniac. I forget his name off the top of my head, but a lot of his stuff it's not bad. The problem is if somebody says anything other than, you know, a glowing approval of his releases, then he comes right out after him on on social media. So the guy's a bit of a maniac, but I do like quite a bit of their releases. Tom Cruise's Mummy is basically Tobe Hooper's Life Force. Really? I know that's a bold statement. That's a very bold statement, considering how much I love Life Force and considering Matilda May in Life Force. That's a bold statement. I don't know. I'll have to see the movie. The Mummy is a very mediocre and forgettable flick, Rambo. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. Again, though, it destroyed an entire universe. So that makes it one for the books. DJ Donnelly, your HMV sucks. You can get Friday the 13th 1, 3, and 5 in the remake, but you can't get the other ones. Okay. It's interesting. No, it really is. Instead of space vampires, it's a mummy who steals souls from people, turning them into ghouls who then wreak havoc in London. Well, that does sound kind of like Life Force. But still, I mean, Life Force is, you know, I don't know. How do you feel about the new Halloween movie next year? I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it will be good. David Gordon Green's a good filmmaker. Danny McBride he's a funny guy, which tells me that he's at least somewhat intelligent. So, you know, I have hope there. The music will be good at least. John Carpenter's doing the music, so the music will be good at least. And, you know, I think they are going all in with this movie, because to get John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis on board, they wrote, Blumhouse, Jason Blum wrote a significant check to both of them to get involved in this movie. So, I mean, they're clearly going all in. I mean, they're taking it seriously. So that's a good sign as well. I'd much rather have the team that we've got around that movie now, as opposed to, you know, them, like, I don't know, hiring on, you know, the guy that wrote, you know, some Saw movie, and the guy who directed, you know, Ouija or something to that effect, you know. Also has the dead friend subplot from An American Werewolf in London. This sounds like a crazy movie. I'll definitely gonna have to check it out then. Maybe I'll have a few of these prior to checking it out. That might might make the film a little more enjoyable. Was there ever a reason as to why the uncut version of Jason Goes to Hell didn't get the Blu-ray, but only the theatrical cut? I have no idea. I mean, that's an excellent question. I mean, I think that was, you know, Warner Brothers and whoever else was involved in that Blu-ray set just, you know, not knowing anything about the series. I mean, clearly, if you open up that tin, the very first thing you see is a picture of Willa Ford from the remake. You know, nothing says Friday the 13th to me like Willa Ford from the remake. So clearly, the people who put this set together, I don't think they knew the series that well. But you will need beers for the Mummy. Okay. I'll have some on ice, definitely, for when I go into the Mummy. Yeah, the upcoming Blu-ray set is just the first 8. It's a Paramount release, so it can only be just the first 8 movies. So, and basically, I mean, it's going to be those, what were the DVDs called that came out years and years ago? The whatever editions or something to that effect. It's basically going to be those upscaled to Blu-ray with pretty much the exact same extras on them. All right, Liam, take care, man. Have a good night. Josh Hobbs, watching your Twilight-a-thon, LOL. Hoping all is well. The Twilight-a-thon, man. That was, I need to go back and rewatch that video, man. It's been a while. Is Jason not uncut on the new Blu-ray release? No, it's not. It's not. Jason Goes to Hell is not. It's the theatrical version on that. Well, the new Blu-ray release doesn't have. It's only the first 8. It's only the Paramount films because it's a Paramount release, that the new set. So they can only do the first one to the 8th, the first film to the 8th film. But on the 10 Blu-ray set, which includes all of the Friday the 13th movies, Jason Goes to Hell was the theatrical version, unfortunately. However, if you on the UV code, if you use the UV code and got the movies that way, Jason Goes to Hell is the uncut version. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Jason Goes to Hell is canon. King Thanos. I guess. I guess at this point, who knows what's canon in the Friday the 13th series? I mean, who knows what's canon? And rest assured, if they do another Friday the 13th at some point down the road, it will get the new Halloween treatment of. They'll probably, hopefully to God, it won't be another remake. God, but you know, who knows? Who knows? What movie needs a Shout Factory release that you would like to see? Oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 a little while ago, that it was getting a Warner Archive Blu-ray release, and I kind of wish another, you know, somebody else was releasing it other than Warner Archive. But oh gosh. I don't know. I'm trying to think what movies haven't been released on Blu-ray yet, or even on DVD yet. I mean, of course, Rad comes to mind. Spookies, the 80s mess of a horror movie that I love, irregardless. I'd like to see that get a nice Blu-ray release, maybe from Shout Factory. But that movie's in such, you know, so much as far as, you know, legal rights issues and all that crap. I mean, who knows? It may never see the light of day. Of course, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 comes to mind. That would be a great one, although that one's locked up in a lot of, you know, legal rights issues and crap too. But yeah. Do you prefer Unstoppable Zombie Jason from 6, etc., or remake Jason? When I close my eyes and I think of Jason, I think of the zombie Jason. Because the first Friday the 13th I saw was part 7. So that is kind of, when I think of Jason, I see two images. I think of zombie Jason, part 7 Jason, or I think of good old fashioned, you know, part 3 Richard Brooker Jason. I didn't like the remake Jason because I didn't like the way that he was portrayed as like this, you know, hunter trapper guy, even though I guess that's how Jason would have had to have survived living in the woods all those years. But you know, I just thought the, you know, the underground maze and the, you know, the labyrinth of tunnels and all the traps and stuff, that just didn't feel like Jason to me. Speaking of Jason, when do you Jason versus Piz video on Friday the 13th? Another great vid. Did you ever think of making a sequel? Gosh, that was a long time ago, man. That was a fun video to do. That was, gosh, that was a long time ago, man. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Long time ago. That was a fun one to do. I came home from work with a blue slush. And I don't know. I just was like, let's shoot Jason versus Piz. And that was the result. So thank you, Josh, for that that memory. That was a nice little walk down memory lane. Did I ever think about making a sequel? No. That's a one and done right there. A one and done. What's your favorite trap in the Home Alone franchise? Oh my God. I think the one that always I remember the first time I saw Home Alone 2 and he was throwing the bricks down and it was hitting them in the head, or it was hitting Daniel Stern's character in the head. I just kept thinking like, God, that's gotta hurt. Man, that's gotta hurt. You know what I mean? So I'll go with the bricks. Did you guys see that like Macaulay Culkin was in some kind of wrestling match, like an indie wrestling match not long ago, and he used the paint can gag from Home Alone to like hit one of the wrestlers, and then he was thrown off of the top rope by one wrestler onto another wrestler and did like a splash. And Macaulay Culkin at indie wrestling gigs doing Home Alone gimmicks. That's pretty funny. Wonder if someone will make a Friday the 13th sequel to the NES game, since many folks do those homebrew games. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. King Thanos, you hated the remake. It made him way too human. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a different. it didn't feel like Jason to me. I mean, I thought, that was it was kind of a cool Jason in some aspects, but I don't know. What happened to Dead Pit, Stephen LaPierre? They just, life happened to him. Wes is a married man now. Aaron is, a professional. I think they just, they don't have a whole lot of time. They still do shows every now and again. But, I think just, life happened. And I think, and Aaron's a father too. So, I mean, life happens. Life, responsibilities, work, family, those sorts of things. Do you know if they'll be making another Friday the 13th? I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Have you seen the Star Wars? No, I've not seen Last Jedi yet, Felix. I was talking about that earlier in the stream. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'll go and see it. I'm desperately trying to avoid spoilers. And I know the longer I wait to see the movie, the more risk I take in seeing spoilers. So I'm going to try and sneak out tomorrow or the next day and catch a matinee. I heard rumors of something in 2020. Yeah, I heard those rumors too. Of course, New Line / Warner Brothers made a ton of money with with it. They've got, Nightmare on Elm Street in-house, and they're going to have Friday the 13th back in-house in 2018, and barring some kind of craziness with that whole legal dispute between Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller, I'm sure they're already, they're already exploring new Nightmare movies and new Friday movies and more It movies and, God knows what else. Do you like the remake Jason? He was my second favorite Jason after Kane Hodder. Okay. I thought, oh goodness, what's the guy's name who played Jason? I thought he did a good job. He was, he was a good Jason for, I don't know. He just didn't feel like Jason to me. All the booby traps and, the underground maze and all that just didn't really feel like Jason to me. And the fact that all the characters in that movie were just, just paper thin. I could care less about any of the characters in that movie. If you guys checked out any holiday horror movies this holiday season, what are some of your perennial holiday horror movies that you watch every year? Derek Mears, that was the guy's name. Thank you, Rambo. Grim Ace, I'm watching the Macaulay wrestling match now. Yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'd really like to find some new holiday horror movies that I can sort of add to my perennial, holiday horror movie watching list. But tried a couple of new ones last week, and I did not get into them. The Spookies has got an HD transfer from a Canadian company out of Quebec. You can pick it up at Diabolic. Okay, I'll have to look into that then. Are there any new extras or anything on there? I do like that movie, though. it's a mess. It's a mess because it's basically two movies combined into one. But I don't know. I've always liked that movie a lot. Oh, Felix, you have a great collection of autographs. Is there any that you would like to have that is not on in your collection? Oh yeah. I mean, of course, Tobe Hooper. I'd love to have gotten to meet Tobe Hooper and gotten my Chainsaw poster signed by him. Would have loved to have met him. Of course, Wes Craven as well. Would have loved to have met him and got him to sign my Nightmare poster. Angus Scrimm. He was scheduled to be at a Scarefest with the rest of the Phantasm crew, and then he ended up having to cancel kind of last minute because of health concerns. And I met a bunch of the other Phantasm people, had him sign my Phantasm poster. Then not long after that, he passed away. But I would have loved to have met him. Do you think they will kill Myers in the new film, King Thanos? I don't know. That's a good question. It doesn't matter if they kill him or not. They've killed him. I mean, she chopped his freaking head off in H2O and he came back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, even in Rob Zombie's Halloween, Scout Taylor Compton shot him in the face with the .44 Magnum and he came back with a little graze on the side of his head. So they can kill him. They can cut his head off. They can shoot him in the face. They can blow him up. They can, you know what I mean? Whatever. If the movie makes money, he'll come back. I'm absolutely looking forward to Victor Crowley. You are right, Rambo. I'm definitely looking forward to Victor Crowley. Yes. What was it like meeting James Hampton? Will he ever come back to a convention? He was very nice to meet. That was the very first convention I ever went to, and he was the very first person that I met. I passed a bunch of people. I won't even say who. On my way to James Hampton because I wanted to meet James Hampton and, Teen Wolf's dad. So I don't know if he'll ever do another convention. I don't think I've ever heard of him being booked at another one since then, to be honest, but, seemed like a really nice guy. Can't say there are any holiday horror films I watch each year. I didn't mind 3615 Code. I have no idea. It's an 80s flick, sort of a Home Alone meets a guy in a Santa suit trying to kill the kid. Okay, cool. I might have to look into that. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, I know technically she never cut his head off. They explained that really very quickly at the beginning of Resurrection. But I think, at the end of H2O, that was a nice little, ender to kind of say, I mean, that's a pretty definitive end when you chop somebody's head off. But I mean, of course, everybody knew that he'd be back. So if they can explain away getting your head chopped off as easily as, well, he just switched clothes. He knocked out the paramedic and switched clothes with him in 2 seconds. Then it doesn't matter what they do to Michael in the next movie. If the movie makes money, he will return. There will be more. Am I going to watch Infinity War? Probably. I don't know. I'm just so burned out I'm more burned out on Marvel movies than I am DC movies. Like, I went and watched Justice League. I'm sure Infinity War will be a better movie than Justice League. But I don't know. I have really kind of no desire to want to see it. I don't know. I just kind of, those Marvel movies to me, I don't know. I'm just really burned out on them and just, I don't know. And I'm really worried that they're going to take Star Wars down the exact same path. I'll probably see it, but I'm not going to be there opening night. That's for sure. Joe Reese messages me on Facebook and says, "Hey Pizzelle, have you ever seen Home for the Holidays with a young Sally Field? It's a Christmas murder movie about a killer with a pitchfork. It's an older movie, but a good one." I have not. I don't believe. But sounds interesting. I'll have to make a note of that. And the let me make a note of this movie Rambo mentioned. Yeah. Will you be playing Friday the 13th, the game tomorrow as they added new content? I mentioned that actually earlier, that I might, since they're adding the virtual cabin and the offline bots, I might do that. I might jump on and check out the online cabin, or what's it called? Virtual cabin, I'm sorry. And check out the offline bots. So, but I've not played Friday the 13th, the game, and I can't tell you how long. And I've really not missed it. I mean, that game just really got boring and repetitive for me. And I don't know, I just kind of lost faith in the game and in the developers, because they weren't addressing the issues that needed to be addressed. And instead they were giving us swimwear DLC and, you know, Halloween costume DLC. So, but yeah, I'll jump on and check out the new virtual cabin and the offline bots. What's your favorite version of A Christmas Carol? Mine is the 2009 one with Jim Carrey. I think I like the really grimy, nasty Albert Finney one. That's actually kind of a musical. Well, it is a musical. Kind of like that one just because of how grimy and dirty it is. But I mean, the old one is a good one. And of course, I mean, Scrooged. Where's my Blu-ray of Scrooged? I love me some Scrooged. Yeah, love me some Scrooged. Still watch Halloween vids throughout Christmas, pretty much what we do. I understand. I understand. The good thing about Disney buying Fox is that I think we'll finally get like a full, you know, Star Wars box set. And the real Star Wars movies, not the tampered with Star Wars movies that George George Lucas went in and added all that really bad CGI to, and just really, for no real reason, just, ugh. You know, maybe we'll get a real Star Wars complete box set. That would be cool. Ernest Saves Christmas absolutely needs the Blu-ray treatment, Josh. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Hey, just want to stop by and say that your content is great. Also, what is your opinion on the newest Leatherface? Thanks again for the content. Great work, and I hope Jeremy as well. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. Jeremy is well. He is looking forward to Christmas. It's so funny. I'd gotten my girlfriend to wrap some presents. Most of Jeremy's presents, as a matter of fact, because I cannot wrap presents for anything. I was like, you know what? I'll just get tinfoil. Tinfoil these babies up. But she's very good, very meticulous about her wrapping. So she wrapped up his gifts, and I brought them home, and I was putting them under the tree. And The Funko, I bought him like, God, I don't even know, 3 or 4 or 5 Funkos. He knows just by the shape of the box that that's a Funko. Like he was pointing at those going, Funko, Funko, Funko. And I was like, well, you'll have to wait until Christmas now. I don't know. But yeah, he knows. He knows. Thank you for that, Joseph. Opinion on the newest Leatherface. I did a review of it a month or so ago. I mean, it's not great. It's not horrible, in my opinion. It's okay. I honestly at this point don't remember a whole lot about it, which I think is kind of telling. But if I recall, my review was very kind of middle of the road. There were a couple of things I thought it did right, but I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it. But that review it's out there. Check it out. Sent the link to the trailer. Okay, let me see. Yeah, here it is. Let me check. Okay, so three live trailer reactions during this live stream. Let's check it out. Oh my God, Rambo, this looks badass. Oh my God. That looks badass, Rambo. I've got to watch that. I've got to watch that, Rambo. My goodness. Holy crap. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Goodness gracious. I actually watched Ernest Saves Christmas for the first time in years. Just last Christmas. And, yeah, fun movie. Stephen LaPierre, you want Hard Rock Zombies on Blu-ray from Scream Factory? Okay. Joseph Caden, any beer recommendations? I'm pretty, I'm pretty, I like pretty much all beers. I did grab, I got Corona Extra here, and earlier I drank a Heineken. But I'm, I don't know if I'm really partial to any one in particular. But I do like Heineken and I do like Corona. I don't know. I'll say Heineken and Corona are my favorites. Now as far as like the craft beer stuff, I mean, that's a query for my buddy Barry, from Endurance Productions. He is the beer connoisseur. Dead by Daylight thoughts. I've not played Dead by Daylight in a while. Or wait a minute, which one? Or new Dead by Daylight? Let me see what game is Dead by Daylight. Okay. Yep. I've actually not played Dead by Daylight in a while. I was trying to really get into that game, because I liked the atmosphere of Dead by Daylight. And it's a far more difficult game than Friday the 13th, the game. But what really gets me about it is the whole having to incapacitate people and carry them to a hook and put them on a hook. I don't know. That whole part of it to me is just really frustrating. And I don't know. I've not played it in a while. I know they added Leatherface, which that makes sense that he's putting people on hooks. And they added Freddy, but I've just not played the game in a while. And I really tried to like that movie. Hey, what's up, Claire? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. You and the family. Kasai just watched Return of the Living Dead, and man, are the undead the real victims in that movie. They can either be cremated alive or live forever in the most excruciating pain if no brains to eat. That's true. That is true. Yes, that is very true. Love me some Return of the Living Dead, though. Also like Part 2. I actually had a review request for Return of the Living Dead Part 2, which I need to get around to doing. I think definitely in the new year, I'm going to hit up the review requests with fire. I've gotten a lot of review requests, and I've just been kind of swamped with other stuff here. And I really want to get back to those review requests because you guys have requested a lot of really good movies. And one of them was, of course, Return of the Living Dead 2, and I love that movie, so I need to get around to check it out and do a review. You have a great collection of movies. Do you buy 4K discs? Heineken is great beer. I agree. Heineken is great beer. I do not own any 4K discs yet. Now, what I'd intended to do for Christmas was buy myself a PlayStation Pro. I've got a 4K TV. I thought, let me get a PlayStation Pro and I'll, invest in some 4K Blu-rays. Then I found out that PlayStation Pro doesn't support 4K Blu-rays, even though Sony is the company behind the freaking technology. So that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But yeah, so I've not fully upgraded to 4K just yet. But when I do, I'll grab some 4K discs. Return of the Living Dead is very hard to top when it comes to comedic horror. Yeah, great movie, great movie. And Claire, I've not seen your video on The Last Jedi. I've not seen the movie yet. I'm desperately trying to avoid anything even remotely spoilerish. So hopefully I'm going to be able to go and watch it either tomorrow or the next day, sneak out and catch a very early matinee because I really want to watch the movie. I've heard very interesting, really strangely mixed things about it. So I'm expecting it to be an interesting movie, needless to say. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it and trying desperately to avoid spoilers. And we're actually going to do a Sausage Factory episode. I think it's the first Sausage Factory episode of 2018 is going to be just entirely devoted to our thoughts on The Last Jedi. So that should be an interesting episode, particularly considering that B Movie Mike and has not been a big fan of the last couple of new Star Wars flicks. Rogue One, of course, and The Force Awakens. So that'll be interesting, I think. Love the last Sausage Factory episode. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. You filmed that as a brain dump to get all your thoughts out. Okay. How's my holiday going? It's going very well, Jess. Thank you. I'm having a great holiday season. Getting all my, I'm done with my shopping. Luckily, just need a couple of more kind of stocking stuffery kind of things, but I'm pretty much done. So I'm ready to, just enjoy, you know, enjoy the season and, yeah. So how's your holiday season going, Jess? So I've got Claire in here who loved The Last Jedi, and I've got Rambo in here who absolutely hated it. So I've got, the two ends of the spectrum, love and hate. No, that's fine, Rambo. That's fine. When the Last Jedi show happens, I'm sure you and Mike will be very, very entertaining as far as the rants. And maybe I don't know. Maybe I've not heard from anybody else on the show as far as if they've seen the movie or as far as whether they liked it or not. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. Waiting for news on the Friday the 13th's future. Yes. Yes, I think we all are. All right, guys, let me take a quick break. I will be back in just 1 second. All right, I'm back. This is pretty dank. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. It's actually been Dank certified. So as you can see there on the screen, it has been Dank certified. So oh my goodness, Orc is on. I see Orc. How long has he been streaming for? I've been streaming for 1 hour and 20 minutes, Orc. Orc, how are you doing, buddy? I was just telling everybody earlier about the Orc Dankathon benefit, our Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 back-to-back live commentaries to raise some funds for you. And everybody who donates to the Dankathon will be entered to win this NES Retro Style Jason mask that I just finished painting. Just put the purple sunglass lenses in, and as well as some UV codes that I've got, and probably a couple of shirts from my TeePublic store. So that is this Thursday live on the Sausage Factory YouTube channel. Orc, you're watching hours of Star Wars spoiler videos? Why? Why are you doing that? Is anyone watching Dark on Netflix? No, I'm not. I've heard good things about that. About Dark though. That's a slick mask. Thank you, Grim. I appreciate it. You have one that you put on, and it scares your cat. Okay. Favorite Christmas song? What is you guys' favorite Christmas song? Favorite Christmas song, guys. What is your favorite Christmas song? Sleigh Ride. Claire, are you memeing with your kids? Of course, Orc wants to know if you're memeing with your kids. And of course, I mean, Claire's a good mother. All good parents, they meme with their kids daily. Daily. Christmas in Hollis, that's a good one. That's a good one. What about the, I was just listening to the Ramones. Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight. I also love Paul McCartney's Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. Hung for the Holidays, Grim. Okay. That William William Hung's Hung for the Holidays. Very nice. Having a wonderful Christmas time. Hung for the Holidays, Graham. Okay. That William William Hungs. Hung for the holidays. Very nice. All right, Claire, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yes, see you on Thursday. It's going to be fun. It will be a lot of fun. Night, Claire. Take care. Have a good one. You like anything that's not Christina Aguilera singing Jingle Bells? Okay. That makes sense. Oh, by the way, York, I got your I got your what you sent me off of my Amazon wish list. I did an unboxing and an unpackaging. That video will be up tomorrow. So, and I don't know how I would have known that it was from you. I mean, that the message that you sent with it. I mean, you know, what you sent me off of my Amazon wish list. I did an unboxing and unpackaging. That video. How's my brother doing? He's doing good, Jess. Thanks for asking. He is doing very, very well. He is all geared up and ready for Christmas. He is ready for Christmas and opening up some presents. And he's already let me know that he will let me sleep in to 10 on Christmas morning, and that's it. At 10 o'clock, he will be waking me up, letting me know that it is Christmas Day and it is time to open some presents. So he's already warned me. 10 a.m. is my wake-up call on Christmas morning. Orc, you had any dank fast food lately you can share with us? Any McGriddles or any pizza? Anything dank? What's been your guys' favorite horror movie of 2017? So Piz, if you had a list of worst Christmas horror films, what would be on it? Or what are a couple? Oh, goodness gracious. Worst Christmas films. Christmas horror films. That one David Hess that one David Hess directed. I think it's To All a Good Night. That one wasn't very good, as I recall. Red Christmas. I was not a big fan of Red Christmas. Oh goodness, let me think. Those are definitely the two that jump to mind. Yeah, those are the two that jump to mind. My brother has autism, and he's really excited about Christmas, and that's really happy to hear. I hope you has a good Christmas. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Orc, yep. You've had some dank pizza and ice cream, a steady diet of pure win. There you go. There you go. All right, okay, what toppings on that pizza, Orc, okay? And what kind of ice cream? Okay, you've got to get specific with this here. By the way, Orc, I had some dank Taco Bell tonight. Yeah, I like to get out too. I like to get out. Elves, I don't think I've seen Elves. I may have to look into it if it's bad. Yeah, Get Out was good. Jess, you should check it out. It was good. Bacon and extra cheese on your pizza. My goodness, Orc. Just bacon and extra cheese. It's dank, man. Ben & Jerry's Haagen-Dazs talents. Only the dankest. Okay. Living it up over there. Living it up. Haagen-Dazs Talenti. I've never had Talenti. I have to look into that, Orc. I was thinking about my favorite movie of 2017 just overall the other day, and I think the best movie I saw this year was Blade Runner 2049. I'm actually really looking forward to watching that movie again when it comes out on Blu-ray. 10 tacos with Baja Blast? Nah, man. I got 3. I got 3 soft shell tacos. Got my brother 3 soft shell tacos, and we were good. Gelato. Orc. Eating a gelato. You tried Taco Bell a few weeks ago, and it was god-awful. Never again. I'll stick with McDonald's. Well, I got to tell you, sometimes Taco Bell can be god-awful. I don't eat it very much. I got to tell you, I don't eat it very much. Every now and again, I'll get some Taco Bell. But I don't eat it very much. I ate Taco Bell one time, and it literally almost killed me. The only time in my life I've ever passed out, I've ever lost consciousness, was due to Taco Bell. I was so sick from eating Taco Bell. I'll tell the whole story. I was so sick from eating Taco Bell. I woke up in the middle of the night and I felt like I had to go to the bathroom really quickly. So I run into the bathroom. As soon as I get into the bathroom, I feel like, oh man, I need to get back in the bed really quickly. Like I feel like I'm about to just die. That's the last thing I remember. The next thing I remember is waking up on my bedroom floor on all fours, rubbing my forehead into the carpet. I got myself up, at least halfway up, at least onto one knee. That's the last thing I remember. Then I woke up a second time laying next to my bed. I'd knocked over my computer. I'd fallen I'd passed out onto my computer desk. I must have landed on the tower and fell off and brought the tower down on top of me. So I woke up with, and this was a brand new freaking computer too. I'd had this computer no time. I woke up and I was like, oh, okay, I've destroyed my computer. I was like pouring sweat, but all I could think to do was get in bed. I literally crawled into bed like a vampire crawling into their coffin just before daylight. And I remember I was laying in bed and I was just pouring sweat, my knees, my elbows just skinned and carpet burnt to pieces. But I just remember as soon as I was able to lay down, I just felt so good. And I fell asleep and the next day I was fine. But yeah, that was, Taco Bell damn near killed me. John Wick 2 was really good. I really liked John Wick 2 as well. Yep. Really liked John Wick 2. Liked Kong Skull Island. Yeah, I forgot about it. I forgot about Kong Skull Island. And I've not seen Kidnap yet. But I have put that on my list. I need to see The Disaster Artist. Definitely need to see The Disaster Artist. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I need to go back and rewatch The Room. It's been a while since I've seen The Room, but that's an interesting movie. Yeah, I don't think The Disaster Artist is playing anywhere around here either. So I'm either going to have to wait until that thing goes wider, if it does go wider, or wait until it, it hits VOD. What chicken strips are we talking about here, Orc, that's better than KFC? We've gotten into some Orc talk here. Let's see. Okay. So we're talking about McDonald's chicken strips. McDonald's has chicken strips now? No, they have those chicken wrap things. Of course, Orc is always ahead of the curve when it comes to food. So he is the food expert. He is a connoisseur. I know, Rambo. I have a hard time. I'm either getting shocked by my NES Classic, or I'm being poisoned by Taco Bell. Yeah. The Taco Bell thing happened a long time ago, man. But that was rough. Now I'm pretty sure I wouldn't say I was food poisoned, but I was close. Now, I have been legitimately food poisoned, and that was a night of unstoppable vomit and diarrhea. That was a horrible night. That was the sickest I've ever been in my life. It took me days to get over that. I was so just dehydrated and exhausted. It took days to recover from that. Days. Buttermilk chicken strips. Okay. Well, I may have to look into those McDonald's chicken strips, Orc. Now, I'm not the world's biggest fan of KFC. Some of their stuff I dig. I've been on a pot pie kick here lately with KFC. Digging their $5 fill up pot pie. Can't go wrong with that. Does your McDonald's currently have the McRib, Rambo? People lose their minds for that McRib, man. I like it, but I don't freak out about it. Some people they like follow the McRib like it's like it's the Grateful Dead. You know what I mean? Like the Deadheads followed the Grateful Dead around the country. People follow the McRib. Diarrhea is good. Cleans out the system. Let me tell you, my system was cleaned out thoroughly when I had food poisoning. And then some. Worst time I was sick was after getting all 4 wisdom teeth pulled out and I was on Vicodin. But pain medication makes my girlfriend sick like that too. It doesn't do that for me. But there are a lot of people like pain medications, anything with like codeine or in it, anything with codeine in it, it just makes them violently ill. You follow Monopoly at McDonald's? Let me tell you a funny story. When I was in high school, I worked at a convenience store, and the local newspaper, they were doing the McDonald's Monopoly. And so whenever we'd get the new newspapers in, me and another guy, we'd go through each newspaper and we'd take out, the Monopoly stuff for McDonald's. Those little sheets out of every newspaper. And we'd sit and we'd tear them to see if we could, finish this Monopoly thing. And I mean, we had just a stack of, free French fry. We'd put them in stacks. Like, here's the free French fry style stack. Here's the free drink stack. Here's the free sundae stack. Here's the free whatever stack. I mean, we just had like a pile of free, because we took so many of these things, but we could never complete the Monopoly. And I mean, we took, God, I can't even tell you how many. Totally illegal. But we never completed the Monopoly board. And then it came out that year that it was like, you couldn't, like it had been rigged or something where McDonald's apparently got into some kind of trouble because they had basically fixed it where you couldn't complete the Monopoly thing. So, But we had lots of free, free small fries and free small sundaes and, free drinks and stuff from McDonald's. Guys, I think I'm about to call it a night here. It's 1:30 in the morning. Oh, goodness, let's see. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. It is 1:39 here on the East Coast. I've been going for almost 2 hours. Big thanks to everybody who hung out with me tonight. Big thanks to everybody in the live chat. I appreciate it. Again, this Thursday live on the Sausage Factory YouTube channel, our Dankathon back-to-back live commentary for Beverly Hills Cop 1 and Beverly Hills Cop 2, our benefit for ORC. Everybody who donates to the benefit will be entered to win this retro Jason, NES Jason hockey mask that I just painted. Just put the purple sunglass lenses in there. Also, all donators will be entered to win some UV codes, and I'll probably even offer up some shirts from my TeePublic store as well. So yeah, mark your calendars for this Thursday live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sausage Factory YouTube channel. You guys have a great night. Take care. Have a good one. Hope you all are having a great, safe, and happy holiday season. And we'll see you again soon. Have a great night, people. Peace.